Wow. Okay.
I'm
Hold
trying
on.
to
Yeah, I think we're streaming
I
again.
need a potty.
Okay, go get the potty. I just got started, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go to potty." May need to stop. Oh, okay. Yeah. At least, let's see.
I am done.
Okay, sweetie, I'm coming. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go get some wipes.
Okay. I'm a jumping.
All right. What? That's not wiped. Wipes. Well, oh
Palm. I need pamphlet. I know that could everything.
I guess it's reasonable. Hold on. Okay, good. What did I need? Video capture source. All right. Here we are in the super awesome clubhouse. Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm trying to be dutiful and seeing if I could do OBS. But I think probably what I need to do is look for OBS plugins, right? Install the plugins for OBS, and then maybe can get all the all the stuff going. Hey, where are you? Oh, it's an interesting place. It's like the Galleria. Valley girl, she's a valley girl. Okay, fine, for sure, for sure. She's a valley girl, and there is no cure. Ah, Totally. Oh, it's an escalator. Hey, escalator. I like you more than. Oh, what is that? It's a revolving door, or is that a blender? Ooh. Man, I ate McDonald's. How disgusting. I'm totally defiled. But yeah, I think probably what hit me so hard is you eat all those fries and a couple of buns, it's all turns to glucose. So yeah, back here, I just like, wow. I was kind of, but I exercised this morning, and that really got me going, got me flying around, and wow. Okay, so wow, totally amazing, awesome. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Try to get an aesthetic going on with the layout. Alright, maybe. Well, let's see what's going on. Now, this media source, I don't know. It's not the right.
I grab him and see what he turns into. I'll see
What happened?
turns.
Oh, there we go. Alright, get ready to browse the backgrounds. And yeah.
And see what he feels like. Oh, look at him!
Well, let's just run now. I'm looking at my different background sources. There we go. That's kind of cool, I think.
Go.
Kind of Matrix-esque.
That's where you're
Right.
going.
Dum 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 dum. Okay.
Silver
I'm trying to get this whole OBS Studio thing going, getting better with it. I sort of um, looking at getting better performance issues, and I'm just kind of more hopeful that OBS might be better about that. Um, since I use text a lot, I'm get it started and see if I can pin it to the text bar. Oh shit! She's like running in. It's like a giant tongue into Groucho Marx's mouth, and this Groucho. It's like he's like a big. He's like the master cylinder or something, except he's red or something. And
Oh, let's see what he feels like. Oh, let's see what he feels like.
yeah, I sort of got this other idea too of going into. I need to put this here. See what I've got. Like I grew up with Dr. Seuss, for example, and I've been collecting together some Dr. Seuss stuff because it came up on the news as supposedly the conservatives all say that the liberals are on a war against America, and so they want to stop Dr. Seuss, whatever. And it's to me, I'm sort of like, well, that's just it's like a sort of like a dirty trick. Because when you look it up, it's like his family or whoever's in charge of his estate noticed that he had some kind of racist characterizations of Chinese, and they wanted to remove that, and so they did. They modified a publication. All of a sudden, it became the liberals, the evil mass of, and I thought, that's like that is really like the ultra right wing, of course, would be very, very anti Dr. Seuss, and I think his family probably wanted to take out his. You've got this situation right now where the United States is like just hemorrhaging all this money to attack all these countries around the world and stuff, and they're on the interior they want Americans to they want to keep making money. They just want to keep going on like they're going, and they want the American people to sort of stay out of it, right? So um, if everybody in America right now would drop everything and go learn about Dr. Seuss the person, right? Maybe we could come back together a little bit as a country. Um, and it's another thing. They're very. It seems they're very concerned about like real history, um, and they don't want real history to be taught. Oh, yeah, it's sort of a big problem. Um,
Oh God, he feels rainbow.
so one of the things
He
I've
feels like
been
rainbow.
wanting to do,
Oh, that's the boss. Hey,
and
that's
I'm working on it
funny.
right now, is get some,
Oh,
really take a comprehensive look on my stream at Dr. Seuss and what he wrote, what his ideas were, and see if we can find some agreement, or common ground there. Because we do need to change in this country urgently. I have a daughter now. I did start having, had a child very late, and I want to make sure that she and other children have an opportunity to live, without trying to go to. Can you imagine to have to go to space and live on a spaceship with Jeff Bezos in charge, and he puts like a robot we don't, hire or fire or jettison people on our space war platform, right? The artificial intelligence does it for us. That's what Amazon. Yeah, what the this and don't take my word for it. Go and check it out. But
Oh, look.
I think
Owen is
the real
oh,
Amazon right has done this thing of like they have a robot that monitors your activity at work, and then they hire and fire you um, by means of robot, right? So there's no human involvement anymore in your termination. You said Terminator. The Terminator is, a robot. So look at this. I had a folder, and in my Dr. Seuss folder, there's this interesting thing there. I want to see if we can get this up on my screen. My daughter can see it too. All right. So this is the first time, and yeah, it's hard to find old Dr. Seuss stuff. I don't know if this is the best quality. Let's see if we can increase the size of it a little bit without too much loss. Yeah. Uh, the Dr. Seuss America First cartoon, right? Here's Grandma reading to the children. And the wolf chewed up the children and spit out their bones. But those are foreign children, and it really didn't matter. Adolf the wolf. All right, so this is Dr. Seuss 101. I'm gonna kind of enlarge this and see if we can make it take center stage. Bring it up. Oh. Freya, can you see the Adolf the wolf? All right, this is the America First grandma. She said the foreign children don't matter. Right? That's what the America First grandma says, according to Dr. Seuss. Okay, now here's another Dr. Seuss cartoon, and this is like the museum, right? So you want to know what Dr. Seuss was about, right? We can look at the kind of cartoons that he was drawing, right? Freya, can you see the Dr. Seuss cartoon? It's not censored, right? Hall of the Extinct. Don't look now, but I think there's a new exhibit. The skeletons are looking somewhere else, and the isolationism dinosaur is about to pass away. Alright, how about this Dr. Seuss cartoon? In other words, gentlemen, Togo won't hit Joe, and Joe won't hit Togo unless they take a poke at each other when I start socking Joe. uh, well, it's interesting. He has interesting ideas. All right, Dr. Seuss. Subversive activity. Schultz, you will be dropped from an airplane into the jungle of Brazil. Using charm and ingenuity, you will immediately woo and marry some young Brazilian palm tree. With advanced groundwork such as this, my invasion of South America is practically in the bag. Right? So yeah, that's interesting. Dr. Seuss is saying Hitler's got a stupid plan to invade South America. Now that's a little bit of projection, isn't it? I guess the American plan is stupid, but it's not stupid in the same kind of way. Um, the Monroe Doctrine, I guess, has more teeth. Uh, in Russia, a chap, so we're told, knits an object strange to behold, Asked what is his gag, he says this is the bag that the great Adolf will hold. That's an interesting cartoon. Alright, what this country needs is a good uh, mental insecticide. What's it in my head? Racial prejudice bug. That's a very interesting Dr. Seuss cartoon. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's a very, very interesting cartoon. So let's go back and see what we've got. We got a bunch of Dr. Seuss cartoons here. We're going to go to 1941 January.
I watched earlier.
Gonna bring it up. I don't even know who this person is because of my grave historical ignorance of things.
He's
Virginio Gaeta says he's banging the keyboard, right? You know, ho ha. Oh, it's some kind of supporter of Mussolini, I guess. Look at Mussolini is up here, and he's one of the cherubim, right? And he's blowing hot air, and it's choking the birds, right? Note, PM does not hold itself responsible for the opinions of the editor of Il Giornale d'Italia. Wow. Oh, that's very thought-provoking there. All right, let's take a look. Dr. Seuss, right? She's she's read Green Eggs and Ham. Um, we read that together. Remember Green Eggs and Ham?
Yeah.
All right. It's smart to shop at Adolph's. All victories guaranteed. And this is Lindbergh, right? This is an old reference to Lindbergh's support of Germany, and that's something I need to revisit. I know it happened, but I've forgotten the details of it. This is a very interesting. This is real American history, folks. The history of Dr. Seuss, the United States, in God we trust, and how. It means that they're living in a fantasy world. Okay. The Lindbergh Quarter. Since when did we swap our ego for an ostrich? All right, let's look here. Dr. Seuss. Get your ostrich bonnet here. Relieves Hitler headache. Don't forget the terrible news you've read. Your mind's at ease. Ease in an ostrich's head. This is Spendy Ostrich Service Incorporated. Everybody wears one. We were always the suckers for ridiculous hats. Wow. Okay. All right. That was April 1941. Okay. May. Oh, we got a lot of cartoons. All right. Sometimes I wonder, would we speed things up if we used turtles instead of snails? All out aid to Britain,
But
right?
turtles are slow and snails are slow.
Yeah. What they mean is the United States is not helping Britain very quickly, right? Now, in retrospect, I never got to read like
Turtles are slow
the
and
diaries of
snails are
Smedley Butler
slow.
until I went to China, because in the in the Burma theater and the Flying the Hump or whatever, he was kind of a key American military general, but he was relieved of his command because um, yeah, well, the English were very angry about him building up the People's Liberation Army, building up the Chinese to fight the Japanese. So we don't want them to be built up, you know. Um, um, we want you to adopt a policy to let the Japanese grind them down, right? You know. Uh,
Hey, where's my
but
finger?
I mean, you have those kind of thoughts, but yet the United States could be pretending to be 100% supporter of Great Britain, even though they are, you know, the United States was English colonies that rebelled against England and had very deep hatred of England, and also was emerging as a competitor for the properties of the British Empire. So there may, Dr. Seuss here is making a comment on how slow the aid to Britain was going. But maybe there was method to the madness. The idea was like, well, we sort of like what the Germans are doing, and we especially like it in the sense that
Get your sleigh,
it's
boys.
grinding down our enemy, Great Britain, the Redcoats, right? Every kid was raised with the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere, and the Redcoats are coming, and damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, and all those anti-British Americanisms, is a mysticism, right? Um, so yeah, some people they're like, we need to do something about Hitler really fast. Why are we not helping England fast enough? Well, maybe that was part of the plan. Maybe that was why they wanted Smedley Butler, who was very vocally he referred to the British as limeys, and was very vocal about the fact that the British,
I
that
am
America is
so
no
lucky
friend of the
to
British
get a
Empire.
unicorn duck. Yeah,
So,
the snake bag.
oh yeah,
I am so lucky.
I'm glad you feel lucky. I feel lucky that I have you here.
What is that?
Well, this is a cartoon by Dr. Seuss.
What is that? Is that a submarine?
Yeah, it's a German U-boat submarine, right? And
A yellow submarine.
Dr. Seuss is complaining that the United States was not blowing up enough German U-boats because they were so bad. Yeah, this is yeah. Here, this is a very interesting. This is real American history. This reflects, yeah, Dr. Seuss and the position that he took regarding to American policy, which, yeah, he was an eyewitness to the fact that we were kind of holding back, and it was strategically, it put the United States in a better position.
Talk, 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 talk.
Talk, 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 talk. Yeah, all talk and no action, right? Sitting in the rocking chair, whatever. And this is the Uncle Sam hat, all talk and no action. Okay, U.S. aid to Britain, rush, right? And they're on a little steamboat, boo, boo, England, 3,000 miles.
So when you're hugging me.
Oh, I love to get a nice hug from you.
Mm.
Sure do. Okay, so indecision. Right? Portrait of a man on the horns of a dilemma. What?
Wanna come?
You want me to come with you? Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to end the stream. So, yeah, but this is yeah, it's sort of working out. I wanted to spend some time talking about children's books, and Dr. Seuss is a good start. So as soon as we can come back, uh, yeah, I'm coming. Hold on. As soon as I can come back, we'll look at Dr. Seuss in depth. Thanks.